Stewart on the inside again. Boom. 2 hole shots on the day for James Stewart. Forget about the hole shot. He's got that dialed. Now he's got to deal with Dungey, Villopoto. They're right there on the 1 and the 2.
It looks like Trey Kennard is up there. Is that Short or Michael Burns? Once again, doing what they do. And after Moto 1, Stewart's comment said, look, I just want to get the person in the books, but I know I'm going to have to step it up. Step up the intensity.
Dungey trying to get to the inside. Dungey able to hold him off. And Kennard shows wheel to Villopoto. Villopoto a mistake. Trey Kennard up into the top 3. So the question was, who could challenge the...
Pull some tear-offs.
Kennard's going to be on the inside of this next corner. And they've got Dungey to deal with as well. They're still side by side. Now Villopoto will be on the inside for this next turn.
They've had some bar banging at times here, but the intensity is on. Stewart, like Villopoto mentioned, he's one of those guys that you have to keep your eye on because of just his all-out raw speed.
This time he does, and he's got a little gap actually over Dungey. So far, a little bit better performance from Stewart. Now Villopoto tries to go after Dungey.
Fairly easy. They were great moves, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to discount the rider that made the pass, but it looked like he gave it up.
And Dungey
right there. Look at the crowd off to the left here. Absolutely stacked. The hillsides here are just packed with these fans. They've been very vibrant.
Saki in and out of the mechanics area. He was 7th in Moto number 1, struggling here early in Moto 2. So just give you an idea of the matchup. Dungey and Stewart raced a couple of times. This battle, and there goes Villopoto. And here comes Dungey right back. Dungey on the number 1, able to take second place back away.
And then he gets a kick there as Villopoto jumps off the side of the track. Himself at a disadvantage in Moto 1, made a little mistake, went back to 4th. They all started first, second, and third here, these top 3, and so Dungey had to work his way back up to 2nd. But right now,
Moto's here. Dungey starting to work Stewart again. It's back and forth. Sometimes it's the battle for the lead. Sometimes it's the battle for 2nd. Right now, these two putting a little bit of distance.
Trying to stop the bike, but not lose traction with the front tire.
Here we go again. Dungey on the inside. And again, Stewart able to beat him to it. And this time they bump.
The crowd here, they're waving their shirts. They got towels, banners, everything. They're absolutely mad, just going crazy. The action here at the opening round is just big. Hits right there. Kennard's bike just bam, bouncing around. And then you make a left, and you're trying to accelerate to go back up that hill, but yet
breaks early so he doesn't tangle with Stewart. But he's at least a lot closer than he was a lap ago when they came together. Maybe he's got another spot picked out.
Well, he's working on it, and what you do is you start behind the rider in front of him, especially in the fast section, because that Russo literally blow you off the bike.
Yes, who's back in it? Villopoto has closed back onto Dungey, who is outside.
He might, and it becomes the, look at that, he just pivots.
How did he do that?
Inside.
I haven't seen anyone do that all day.
Villopoto has had the grip to dominated it. Now he's starting to get it together, put the Kawasaki in the lines that he wants, and he is really starting to apply the pressure. And Stewart's going to feel that along with Dungey.
Times already. Here comes Dungey again.
Hey, where they're at right now, their heart rates are right up there, 90, 95% of their max. The way that this thing's really starting to tighten up with to hold the bike in line. Stewart hits the marker.
No problem there. Actually kept the bike straight as he hit that. But look at the real. We haven't seen many errors now. 2 on this lap. Dungey's going to try to take advantage. Dungey's going to be on the outside, though.
He's going to see if this works to his advantage. No, Stewart.
Villopoto watching all of this. This is unbelievable, this battle.
Yeah, they're separated by 1.2 seconds, and Kennard's about another 2.5 behind.
Back underneath again.
He's got a good drive now. Now watch if he stays on the outside, if he can square it up and get to the inside of Stewart. There he goes.
He's trying to show the wheel. Defensive riding by Stewart. Now they're just going to try to make another pass. And again, the number 7 able to hold on.
And it did not work for him. He lost the position, but now here he is once again, up the inside.
And Stewart beats him to it. Dungey cannot complete the jump. Stewart makes a mistake. They're side by side.
Believable.
I can't even keep track of how many pass attempts.
Dungey's off the track.
And that's going to allow Villopoto to take 2nd. Might actually work later in the race, though. Will that line potentially open up? Villopoto has suddenly taken over the lead. So just like that, from 3rd to 1st for the number 2.
Stewart's riding on the edge a little bit. Dungey, he's been trying hard, but Dungey's going to have to step it up at this point. If he wants a shot at this overall, and he certainly is capable, the competition up front between Dow and now Dungey finally gets it.
So the bottom falls out for Stewart, who goes from the 1st to 3rd.
15%.
50%. Think about it. By the time this moto is over, you'll be done with that phone call. I kind of need your help, though, here in the booth.
I can save money. Love it. What his bike is going to do. He's, like I mentioned earlier, he's like physically fit. His strength is there, but he also is loose on the bike. Just lets it do its thing. I can tell you that.
Big step toward a championship this year. Ryan Villopoto wins both motos here at Hangtown. It's going to be a long season. And it's Justin Barcia, the number 51. Honda Muscle Milk Machine out front. Barcia struggled big time with his starts last time. Still feeling a little rough this weekend now. He's down in the first turn. I think Brock Tickle was with him. Here's Villopoto on the 2 going after Dungey for second.
Dungey to the inside. Let's see if Villopoto get up to the first turn in a good place, but comes out third here early in this first lap.
And Dungey, Eviters there on the Suzuki. Oh, look at Villopoto down to the inside. Steals second away from Dungey. Seen it happen a few times between them.
Wait a second. There's no settling in the pace. You have to go now.
Oh! Villopoto makes a mistake, and that's going to allow not only Dungey to get by.
No problems right now for our leader here.
No.
But he's got company.
Yeah, they're starting to close back in. Weimer, by the way, just to finish that update, Weimer
benefited from Villopoto's mistake. He's back there, kind of in, nobody in front or back. But we'll see in the next lap or so. You got to think that our fastest qualifier, Ryan. Yeah, take a look at the gap right at the finish line was 3.1 seconds. Now, Barcia was at 2:06.1
for this. So the team kind of figured, hey, if we're on in South America, maybe we can make it up to Colorado. They'll also race next weekend with us, the Tennessee National at Muddy Creek.
Same thing here. You notice he's getting out of the line of sight from Barcia's rear tire there, trying to stay in a different line.
Barcia, is that to stay out of that roost, or is he looking for passing spots now? They have to funnel together through this turn.
Yeah, it's a little combination of both, but certainly you got on the leaders, and then pretty soon Dungey won't have that luxury of trying a line and having it not work. If he uses an alternate line, it's just a really odd weekend, odd things happen, but tough way to start out round 2 for Justin Brayton.
Certainly it started out season for all the rounds on a 450. Jeff, you remember well, just 2 years ago, he came in for a couple of races toward the end of the year. Honda threw him on a 450. Your defending series champ going after a rookie. Only his third moto in this class. Justin Barcia on the 51 has led it all the way around. And last week's winner.
Yeah, Barcia made a little mistake right there, allowed Dungey to pull up alongside him. Now Dungey back to the inside, loses traction. Keeps the position, but that's going to...
Just about. Check out the Geico clock at the top of the screen. We'll go 30 minutes and 2 laps. It's an opportunity for me to remind you that you could save 15% or more on your car or motorcycle. This race right now, because things are starting to pick up. Dungey is trying to get Barcia, and Villopoto's trying to get Dungey.
Wow, this is really some tight racing, and it's tough, but these guys are going to have to go for it. Dungey found himself in a similar situation 1 week ago and went off the track, lost a position.
Oh, Villopoto, he can worry about going after the lead. Villopoto wants it right now. Here he goes on the outside. Wow. That line didn't hold up.
Brave.
Yes.
I was wondering where Villopoto, and literally blast around the outside of Dungey going into the turn. I'm like, is he really that confident?
I think so. There goes Dungey out of the inside. Now the Red Bull KTM rider is in the lead.
There it is, right there over that massive triple jump, 205. But yet now they're all wheel to wheel once again.
And no, they're not wheel to wheel now. Villopoto off the track, so he's taking some chances. Green Bike has taken second from Justin Barcia, and now he wants Ryan Dungey for the lead.
Boy, Villopoto has really started to get aggressive with his riding. 204 last lap around.
He's on the inside, Jeff. Here he goes. And Villopoto has the lead for the first time in this moto. So maybe I spoke too prematurely, saying if he's back there battling Barcia, he might not be able to go and reel Dungey in. And again, the Viper. Dungey, you can see Dungey and Barcia are pushing right now. They know it is a pivotal moment in this race. They've got to try to keep the number 2 in sight.
Well, and Dungey, he's lines completely. Villopoto has made something work. He's riding a lot of the wider lines, finding some smooth sections of the track out there. Over this quad, Villopoto stays lower, and look at this. Wide open into the turn, around the outside of training style, but it looks like he's battling it a little bit, right? Just not, and we're talking just...
That's SOS, the 7 Oklahoma support. And they'll give that jersey to a winner next Saturday at our Tennessee National. The hard way, he's had to pass some really strong competition to do it. But once again, Ryan Villopoto takes the checkered flag, and Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Dungey leads them into the corner, but it's going to be Josh Grant, number 33, the motorcyclesuperstore.com whole shop. It's Dungey, Stewart on the 7 and the 29 of Andrew Short. Fourth.
Oh, it's coming around that turn. Gave away great track position with a big mistake.
Back to third. No sign of Villopoto, and now Stewart to the lead.
Wow.
Bad eye and all. Woo! This one, Dungey's going to try to get Grant back around the outside.
Inside line was pretty good for Josh Grant right there. And Dungey.
When you're James Stewart, we all know the speed, talent, the potential he has. Dungey's going to try to leap past Grant, and does. Nicely done by the champ. Here you got to be happy with just running with these guys for a few laps. Makes a mistake, goes wide. Villopoto takes advantage and goes to the number 3 position. Ryan Dungey, Villopoto to the inside, and puts the wheels in front of Dungey, the same line he used to get Grant. Dungey tries to get him back. Villopoto has done this kind of damage. He had about 2 laps to work up to these guys. He already caught and passed Dungey. Now he has caught Stewart.
Left foot peg on one of those deep ruts.
And still goes to the inside. Gonna take the lead anyway. Battle back.
Stewart came really hard down the off-camber. Holds on to the lead.
Don't count out Dungey in third. He's still close. Villopoto makes another mistake like that. He could try to pounce.
Stewart finds one of those ruts. It's a 3-rider battle. Because it just seems like Villopoto's riding it with a little more intent. Dungey being a little more cautious.
And he's into the lead. And what happened to Stewart? What happened to Stewart? So just like that, Villopoto's in the lead.
Well, but look at Dungey. Now he's certainly upped the intensity like that would lock the front wheel up. Yeah.
And we have Aaron with an updated Andrew Short, who's...
Because Villopoto keeps clicking off these wins here. And Dungey, he's got to get tough. He's got to go after Villopoto. He closed the gap on Villopoto by about 6 seconds. Closed it down. Now, Villopoto still had a big lead, but you would have to, if you're...
Stewart is out, and then it should be Rattray at the number 4 spot. Grant in 5th.
Dungey losing big time.
Stay tuned these next 15 minutes as Dungey tries to keep pace with Villopoto. And whoever wins this moto wins the overall for the day, because so good recovery for Nicoletti. Unfortunately for Byrne, not able to be like a Jerome Bettis and just bust through the pile.
Yeah.
With that pitch.
Dungey 9 seconds back, really had no answer for Villopoto in this moto.
Not so strong in Moto 2. He's 7th. Checkered flag is out. Ryan Villopoto goes 1-1 at High Point. James Stewart on the number 7. Yoshimura Suzuki is going to beat everyone in the whole shot.
First turn first, but they were so aggressive around the first turn. Grant and Stewart puts them right up front.
And Dungey is 4th.
In Moto 1, he scored no points. They got the bike fixed. He has the confidence from his team to go out and make it happen here in Moto 2.
How about James? And he's trying to pull away. Villopoto is up to 4th. Where did he come from?
Villopoto now
third.
Up to 3rd. Has made his way past Dungey.
Far out ahead and get too comfortable.
And there you see the gap. Stewart on the yellow number 7. Grant on the blue number 33, the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota.
Villopoto made a little mistake.
Oh, look at Dungey getting in there. If he gets stalled out, looks like they worked on this right-hander. They took the Villopoto.
He needs to make this pass. I think he pulled it off. They're going to go wheel to wheel, and they've got Brayton to deal with. Morocco's leap. Together, Brayton and Villopoto, the 10 and the 2, and Villopoto makes the move.
Now he gets to the inside of Brayton. It's a drag race. He blocks the inside. Dungey getting really aggressive. Cuts really sharp, and it likes to throw the bike out of whack.
Villopoto to the inside now on Grant, trying to get the number 2 spot. They're going to whip it together over that table.
Practices, I mean, coming from behind like he did the first moto, making very explosive. Now look at this. I mean,
battle for the lead. There's Morocco's leap again. The 120-foot triple jump. Biggest jump in this series. Villopoto in 2nd.
Keep the pressure on him. Look at this. You see
Battle coming together.
Yeah. Villopoto starting to...
It's on the inside where it's nice and clean. Less chance of making a mistake. To do that, you have to carry a lot more speed, a lot more momentum.
It's got a great view of them. They're headed to the sand roof section. This is one of the roughest parts of the track.
Yeah, one thing's for sure is Villopoto never follows anybody. If you get around,
see those different lines here, carrying a little bit tighter line. Still able to get the drive over Morocco's lead. Villopoto is done. He's just
He's got him on the inside. Will he try to pull the trigger already? Stewart, this is where they hook back out of that first turn after the start.
Kind of just let it, leave it natural.
Which is more of a play.
Yeah,
a little bit of rock in there. You see those light specks in there.
Seconds on him, so it's a one-on-one fight for the lead here at Redbud into the sand.
Oh, here it goes. Villopoto really made a charge.
Section of the track.
Okay, Ricky, right here on the right-hander.
Oh,
Stewart,
Stewart, cover the line. James Stewart leading the way right now in the Yoshimura Suzuki, but he's under some fire from your series.
Because he knows that the reigning champion, Ryan Dungey, is right behind him.
And a mistake from Stewart opens the door for Villopoto. Down to the inside.
Dungey could not reel Villopoto in quite quick enough. I suspect Villopoto's going to drop the hammer.
Shot of energy right here. Look at Dungey.
He's going to try to
the inside.
And he clears the big leap. Stewart going to try to block it. And he
Make the passes by him.
Look at Dungey. Dungey gets Stewart and has shown a wheel to Villopoto now.
Scrubs at the finish line. Dungey gets through that section so fast.
450 class moto of the day, and it is as close as it gets. There's your leader in green, Ryan Villopoto. Second place, Ryan Dungey. Right in the orange by times you're looking at almost 15 minutes left in this moto. I'll give you a reminder, 15 minutes, you can save 15% or more in your car insurance, but I don't know if you want to call Geico right now. You might.
6, Dungey was a 2:27, so Dungey lost a little bit of time, but now it looks like he's picked it back up. Here.
Getting down to the wire.
Yeah, Villopoto take a little chance there on that double to get past the lap rider really quickly.
Damn, those are lap riders. Dungey is down and stuck under his bike.
What?
Some assistance from the track workers.
His goggles are off.
Gets sideways. Oh, it sticks the front end, and the bike lands right on top of him.
He's going to win the second, and he's hammering it all the way to the checkered flag. Ryan Villopoto is your champion today here at Redbud.
It's going to be close.
Oh, Villopoto and Dungey battling for it, but it's going to be Josh Grant and Villopoto. I don't know how Dungey thread the needle, but he did it, and he leads Villopoto and Grant up and down Horsepower Hill.
Well, here we go. Two of the best riders, arguably the best riders in the world, 1 and 2.
It's lethal so far this year. Let's see how it plays out between the Ryans. Stewart and Grant still swapping it.
Dark, we're almost black in that area, and it makes it really tough to see in those transitions. You really have to be focused.
Villopoto goes to work on Dungey. Now remember, with the two-moto format here, if Villopoto goes 2-1 and Dungey goes 1-2, they'll basically be tied on the day.
For Ryan Dungey, the goal is clear. Win every moto that you go out there. If he wants to win, that he's going to have to ride beyond his limit. That's really hard to do because Villopoto really has been the standard this year.
And let's send it down to Aaron with more on the Battle of the Ryans.
Well, yeah, guys, but before the event today, I talked to Carlos Rivera and changed his tires from Supercross to Motocross. So I thought that was a pretty interesting point. No changes for Villopoto and quite a few changes for Dungey.
Yeah, so close. Villopoto made changes leading the Southwick, was able to pull back away. Now Dungey making changes before this one, showing he's a match.
Some of those big drop-offs that your body's really going to take a beating, and you need your all of you on his right wrist, and that he's going to take a big impact there, and you can tell by his body language there that it was just a little too much.
7 minutes of this one, and it seems like every time Villopoto figures out a few new lines and is able to put a little pressure on, Dungey's able to respond and cover them. Their first glimpse of this battle in about a half of a lap, and they see no change, but still their favored son, Villopoto, is still
races, which we're going to see the 250s here later on NBC Sports Network. But when you win that much, you gain a lot of respect. And for Villopoto to struggle on, it's the home race. Watch this, watch this.
Not struggling now. To the inside. Villopoto has the lead for the first time today.
Mistake, but doesn't lose the lead. Dungey has got to answer. He has to get tough. He has to get motivated and get aggressive here. And comfortable out front. Villopoto just a little more aggressive.
And they race up Horsepower Hill. Fans waving the towels. They're pumped.
He finds a way just to get aggressive, finds a spot, and just goes after it.
And extending it just a bit now. Home fans in the Pacific Northwest. Dungey Well, he's going to be happy to go home because he has been dominant at his home track in Minnesota. Home state fans has finally won here at Washougal. Brayton had a good start in Moto 1. He's going to get edged out, though, again. It's a shot. Here's Villopoto and Kennard on the 2 and the 41.
Look at Villopoto's second. Kennard, it looked like he was going to have that. Sipes still fast, and he is focused. He knows what he has to do here in this moto. And your reigning champion, Ryan Dungey, #1. Get this championship alive going into the final round.
Oh, and Villopoto gets to the inside of Sipes. I didn't even know there was a room. There was a spot to make.
Oh, and looks like Sipes made a mistake, and Dungey goes by. So, points leader, reigning champion, 1-2. Let's see what Dungey has to say.
For Villopoto to get some points back, and Dungey's hanging right with him here.
Well, there's a reason why Dungey has that #1 plate on his bike.
We're going to see everything he has. He's certainly not going to make it easy on Villopoto. And remember, if you caught our first moto earlier today, Dungey,
to press the issue where Villopoto feels like, hey, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I'm saying if.
Yep.
Okay, it's going to be hard to do. That when the pressure is on, Ryan seems to become more relaxed.
Yes.
And you only are in that mindset. So, okay, then it just depends, it's going, okay, I'm going to go ride my motorcycle the best I can, and whatever happens, happens. For Ryan,
really putting the hammer down
yeah,
and opening up the gap over Dungey. And this sand section is where he's been really strong.
just turned a 203 flat.
5 weeks after the finale, he cannot delay the ankle surgery 5 whole weeks, or then it would cut into his preparation for 2014. So, unfortunately, Team USA will have to do that
When the pressure's on, when you really have to focus and the intensity gets high and the competition gets really aggressive.
His worst out of the year, a lowly 4th overall in Minnesota. Since then, he hasn't lost a moto. He's definitely got beat up.
Yeah, it looked like that was Intignap that he went past there, Adam Intignap, which...
this is great. This one is big in the history books. Ryan Villopoto is your race winner, and with it, the 2013 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross champion in the 450 class.